Shalom, family. I found this very interesting article that I want to share with you. And lately we've been talking a lot about the end of the world, or shall I say, the day of Yah is upon this earth, and how we're getting closer and closer to the day of Yah. We've been talking about preparing and prepping, getting ready, and all of that kind of stuff. So I found this article, and this article is really interesting. So the article is titled 11 looter attracting items you should immediately hide when the crap hit the fan. Now I'll say the stuff hit the fan. But this article is very interesting. It talks about things you need to hide. Okay, because people are going to be looking for these items. So I want to take a moment and go ahead and play this article for you.
11 looter-attracting items you should immediately hide when SHTF, or stuff hit the fan. When an SHTF event takes place, those who aren't prepared will be forced to marauder and loot others to survive. People who have prepared for this event should already have extensive food stores, water, supplies, fuel, and off-grid power generation systems. Additionally, self-defense that includes firearms is mandatory to defend both supplies and loved ones. Here are the 11 most attractive items that need to be hidden, as looters are going to be looking for easy targets to steal when SHTF. Food. Food stores are going to be in high demand when SHTF, as people who aren't prepared won't be able to go to the grocery store and buy food anymore. These individuals, no matter how nice they seem, are going to do anything they have to so they can feed themselves and their families. Most preppers already hide their food stores, and no one outside of their family should even know about it. Having a hidden room that is dedicated to storing dried food, canned food, water, and basic supplies is the bare minimum. Anyone who doesn't have this basic necessity should find somewhere in their house or in a bug-out location to hide food and supplies. Livestock. Most preppers realize that long-term food stores, no matter how vast they are, aren't going to last forever in a grid-down, long-term catastrophic situation. To become completely independent, food production is required. Raising chickens, goats, and cows is one way to ensure a consistent food supply. However, in an SHTF situation, looters are going to be looking to steal any food they can get, dead or alive. While it may not be easy to hide livestock, they need to be protected to ensure starving looters don't decimate them. Vehicles. In an SHTF situation, people who haven't prepared will be in a panic situation and look for any way to get out of the city when no resources are left. Individuals who don't have a vehicle or don't have sufficient fuel in their vehicle will be quick to steal cars and trucks so they can make their exodus from the city. Keeping vehicles locked in a garage or another secure location will likely be sufficient, as looters will be looking to steal the most accessible vehicles. Fuel. Fuel is going to be in high demand when SHTF, as gasoline stations will run dry within days and most people don't store fuel. Hiding fuel stores is as simple as leaving containers with fuel locked in the garage or locked up at a bug-out location. Ideally, opt for diesel vehicles and generators, as diesel fuel is best for long-term storage, while pure gasoline goes bad within 6 months and gasoline mixed with ethanol goes bad within 3 months. Related, the best places where you can store fuel safely if storing gasoline, use a fuel stabilizer that can extend its life from 1 to 3 years. Generators. People who are somewhat prepped with food stores, but don't have electricity are going to be looking to steal generators when SHTF. The problem with generators is that they are typically located outside and are noisy when they are operating. This makes them an easy target for looters, so they should be secured at the very least. Placing metal fencing around an outdoor generator may deter some thieves from stealing it, but it is far better if it is completely out of sight. A generator can be stored in the garage or shed if the exhaust exits to an outdoor location, but the exhaust fumes will still draw unwanted attention. Solar panels. Solar panels, and more specifically solar systems, will be in high demand when the grid goes down. The problem with solar panels is that they are very difficult to hide and potential looters will be drawn to them. Related, build your own solar panels. Many looters will assume that if one has solar panels, they also have other supplies that are a necessity in an SHTF scenario. If solar panels can be hidden in a bug-out location that is far from civilization or on a structure that doesn't face traffic, they may not draw unwanted attention. Weapons. Weapons, especially guns and ammo, are going to be high on the list of items to steal. In a complete collapse situation, people who have weapons have the potential to defend themselves, while those without weapons will be at the mercy of others. In an SHTF situation there is no mercy, so secure and hide weapons from prying eyes to avoid becoming a target for looters. Precious metals. Cash will initially hold its value in an SHTF situation but will become completely irrelevant long term. Precious metals like gold and silver are going to be one way to facilitate barter. Precious metals are going to be attractive to looters, but for the most part, gold and silver are easy to hide. Furthermore, most people that own precious metals already have them hidden away. Alcohol. Alcohol is going to be in high demand when SHTF, especially for people who are addicted to it and don't have access to it anymore. Hiding alcohol with food and supplies in a hidden room is a good practice to avoid becoming a target for thieves. Supplies. All basic supplies are going to be high up on the list of things to steal when society completely collapses. Something as basic and simple as toilet paper will have a value similar to gold if it is widely unavailable. First aid supplies, hygiene supplies, and any other supplies that we now take for granted should be stored in a hidden location so potential looters don't come hunting for these necessities. Hand tools. Basic hand tools will become extremely valuable when electricity is sparse and construction becomes a necessity in a long-term SHTF scenario. Storing an extra set of tools in a hidden room along with supplies is a good way to ensure that they will still be there when needed. As society breaks down before our eyes, the probability of reaching an SHTF scenario increases by the day. The good news is that we still have time to prepare, so we must make the most of it. Securing all supplies now in a hidden location, away from the eyes of looters, in conjunction with possessing adequate self-defense, is the key to surviving the upcoming societal apocalypse.
So basically, it names a number of items that everybody's going to be looking after, and you can see why, right? People are going to go crazy, right? Looking for food, livestock, vehicles, just fuel, generators. It names solar panels, weapons, especially weapons, precious metals, alcohol. Isn't that interesting? Booze. People going to be after some liquor and stuff because, you know, you can use liquor for various things. You know, people going to want to escape this world by getting drunk. And a lot of people are going to want to use, you can use it also for medicine as far as for wounds and things like that. And other supplies, you know, hand tools, all of those things people are going to be going crazy for. And so preppers are trying to prep up on getting a lot of these different things so they'll have it when the stuff hit the fan, okay? And so basically, he just names all these different items, and you can understand why people are going to be after these things, especially when you look at some of those images we saw. People are just looting and going crazy trying to get stuff, and stuff hadn't hit the fan yet. This just riot breaking out and things like that, people breaking in place and stealing stuff. But can you imagine when the stuff really hit the fan, when there is no food nowhere? You can't go to the grocery store and loot the grocery store because it had already been looted weeks ago. And so now people are going to start looking at people's houses, see what do somebody have in their house, what if anybody got food stored up. And so it's going to get kind of crazy, you know. All of this stuff people are going to be going after. But the thing that got me was the comment that was made down in this article. This comment goes as follows. I want to read this to you. This person's name was Michael. He made this comment about 6 days ago. He says, So everything we acquire to be preppers. So hide everything, huh? Maybe you should think about having a mag and thus trusted friends to have each other's back instead. Interesting, huh? And then they quote a scripture, Ecclesiastes. They say Ecclesiastes speaks of times of oppression and troubles. Chapter 4:11 again. If two lie down together, they will keep warm. But how can one keep warm alone? Verse 12. And though one may be overpowered, two can resist. Moreover, a cord of 3 strands is not quickly broken. Then he says, hopefully this poor article generates useful comments on how to deal with the normal of all the failing lawless society. So basically, I thought that was pretty interesting. So basically, they're saying maybe you should see if you can band together with some trusted friends who may have guns, you know, where y'all can protect it all. And I thought that was pretty interesting because that's exactly what you're going to have to do. You're going to have some friends or somebody that you can come and fortify. So when the stuff at the fan, you should already be got with friends, relatives, and whoever and said, hey, if the stuff at the fan, y'all all come here, or we go there, or we meet over here, and we're going to bring our guns, we're going to bring what supplies we can get away with, and we're going to come bring it all, and we're going to be ready to fortify right here if it gets that crazy. Now, you got to know it's going to get crazy. You got to know it, right? You got to know it. It's almost inevitable, you know? It's inevitable. I found it strange that when I was looking at an article, actually it's news footage that I saw on YouTube about when the tornado went through that one area in Kentucky. There's several areas in Kentucky. But I found it amazing that here you got these businesses that were all torn down by the tornado, just the whole total wreck everywhere, right? And these people, there were people showing up in vehicles and vans and stuff, and they were going in stealing merchandise that was in these places, right? One guy they caught, he had over $100,000 in cash on him and a lot of merchandise that he had stolen out of places. Now, you got to know that's crazy. This man, people are going to get crazy. This is just a tornado that went through one area. But can you imagine when it's nationwide or worldwide? It's going to be worldwide chaos, you know? And so basically, we have to get our minds ready for this. We have to prepare our minds to know that this type of thing is going to happen because people are just lawless. We're in a lawless society. And it's a good idea that if you can band with people, you got some people that's going to be ready to go. We got a few people that we know, relatives that are ready to go. With stuff at the fan, they already know what to do. We already got it planned on what to do, you see. And so you got to kind of have it that way. You got to be ready, you know. And so, but interesting, they gave you a good list of things that you should try to acquire. Those things that they named, the list of items, you should try to get some of those things. There are plenty of other articles out there, and I'm going to bring some more because I want people to have a good idea of what things they should be looking for, what things they should be trying to purchase in bulk. You know, there's just a number of things, but it's inevitable. Like I said, it's going to happen. There's really no way around it. But anyway, pray that the Most High will bless you in this time when it comes, you know, and whether it be the tribulation period or post-tribulation, pre-tribulation period, you know, or, you know, just pre-tribulation, we just want to be ready for when it comes, we can endure it if we are to be here, if we are still here. Because I do believe that the remnant of Yah's people that he's going to catch away, you know, to be with him in his kingdom. But then there's going to be a lot that's going to be here, a lot we may see before that happens. And so that being said, let's get ready. Let's do as much as we can to prepare and be ready. Okay? And not trying to fearmonger again, not trying to do that. I just want my people to be ready. You know, you'll be happy that someone told you if you had some stuff set up and you were waiting and you were ready. The number of times we've had things happen and I was thankful that we were ready for it. You know, more than 20 years ago, I remember when that blackout happened in the United States. It happened in Michigan, Ohio, Pennsylvania, parts of Canada. I mean, it's whole areas, whole states literally out of power. And when that took place, I think, that we were ready. Because we were without power for 8 days. But we had a deep freezer full of food. We had cabinets full of food, canned goods and everything. And we also had a generator, and we had gas. And so I was able to go and put gas in there, start generating, keep the food going and everything, so we didn't lose any food, and we had enough things going on to where we were able to endure it without a beat, without missing a beat, you know. And so I thank Yah for that he showed me early on that you have to prepare, you know. And just like one time our power went out, and the battery in the generator had went out. So we had to go at least 2 days where we couldn't get any power. But you thank Yah, we had wood burning stoves, and we were able to keep warm for that time until I was able to get the generator going again. And so it's things like that. You just want to be ready. You know what I'm saying? It's horrible to be caught in winter time without power. And like I said, I remember years ago there was a snowstorm, ice storm that hit in this one area we were living in at the time. And the people were without power for a good 5 days, I think it was. And my neighbor and his family were down there. We were cold, but we were able to get our generator and get wood and the wood burning stoves. We was able to keep warm, you know, during that time. But my neighbor, when I finally saw him, he came down and knocked on my door. He said, "We're down here freezing." And it was like 3 days into it, you know. He was like, "I just went out and got a generator. I don't know how to start it. I don't know how to work this. I don't know how to start it. Can you help me?" I was like, "Sure," you know. So I went down and got it going for him and showed him how to work it. But I'm here to tell you that you got to prepare. You got to be ready. Because even if it's those times that those things happen, it wasn't even nothing like the time when the day of Yah comes or the stuff goes crazy on earth, you know, when there's a lot of chaos. It wasn't even like that. But there's things that can happen, period, that you need to be ready. Like the people in Flint when the water was contaminated and a lot of people didn't have water. Well, it would have been nice had some of those people already had several containers of water put aside for just in case, right? So all I'm saying is we should always be ready, because you never know when things can go belly up, when things could go crazy, when things could hit the fan. You know what I mean? So on that note, family, I just want to say shalom and continue to pray and continue to get ready and be ready. On that note, I'm going to say shalom.
Be sure to ring the bell to be notified of new uploads on this channel, and also comment, share, like, and subscribe.